Okay, now we've set up our user account, the payer, as well as student information. We're going to go back to this Community Education tab. Will take us to the landing page for all course catalogs hosted by IACE. Scroll down to Minnesota Wildfire Academy. Click on this link. That'll bring you to the Wildfire Academy landing page. Come down to the 2018 Minnesota Wildfire Academy. Click on that link. And of course, we come to our 2018 Minnesota Wildfire Academy landing page. Here you'll see all of the courses are listed. And also note that if you plan on staying on campus using on-campus housing, here is also where you'll enroll in on-campus housing, just as you would at a course. All right, so we're going to say that we're going to have a student in the sling course and a student that is going to be taking S130, 190, L180, the basics. We're going to click on that as well. And then we have students that need to take the RT 130 annual refresher, and say we have somebody who needs to stay a night on Monday on campus. So go ahead and add those. When you've clicked all of them, just like you have selected other things that you might buy and say gear or hotels, etc., whatever you might order online, we go down to add to cart, click on that, and that takes us to our cart. Now, in order to add multiple offerings of the same course, say we have 2 employees that need to go to RT 130, we'll just include 2 here in this box. That's our quantity. And in order to get that to actually show up, we go to Update Cart, click on that. Okay. And that puts us at 2 offerings of RT 130. So in order to assign a particular student to either course or any of the courses, go to Assign a Person, click on that. We're going to say that Jill Joe is going to be one of the people that takes the RT 130 down. So there's her name as a student. The next one will be Jake June, who will be taking RT 130. There's Jake June's information or his name. And then also this add a person, so it's a newer employee, they'll be taking this course is this Jack Jan. So we're going to go ahead and save and exit. We continue to do this for all of the courses, including housing. And so housing is right here. We're going to go ahead and say that Jake June is going to need to stay there on campus Monday night. So he's enrolled for a night of housing on campus now. All right, one more. So we've assigned students to all of our courses, and you can see that we have our courses listed here, student names listed here, the dates. We do not catch any sort of overlapping courses, so in this case there's a refresher that was chosen was for the wrong day because Jill Joe is also Friday on the sling course. So in that case we could delete this RT 130 and select a different date or a different sling class date. But we're going to pretend that everything's all right and move forward. So go to checkout. And we have to provide additional information. We require middle name because we have a lot of common names in Minnesota, and so we're going to go ahead and require additional middle name for separating that person. Redundant information are collecting email addresses, but the reason why we're doing this is that we need to be able to get a hold of students individually, not just the payer, in the event that a course is canceled or something occurs and the payer or the supervisor is on vacation. That information is not disseminated to the students. Special needs is required. We're going to put none. Same for Jake June. Middle name, email address, none. I'm going to go ahead and do this for all students. Again, it's important that we have the right email address. I know it seems redundant, but it's important to have the contact information for these folks individually. Click continue. All right, after we've clicked continue, it'll take us to this next page, which is the release page. As a supervisor, you can sign for yourself, but you also need to get permission from each one of the people that you're signing up for these courses that they sign this or give you permission to sign this release, basically holding Itasca Area Community Ed and the college as well as MNICS, MNICS, for release of safety. In this case, Jill Joe. I'm acting as Jill Joe. Just type in your name, that's your signature, and then this is where you have to include any dietary needs. If you have special needs, for food and you do not write it down here, we cannot accommodate you during the fire academy. That information needs to be received in advance in order for us to accommodate you. No special food for Jill. This is a permission to text you via cell phone in case something happens. This is where you'll need to identify your agency, affiliation, or organization. We're just going to assume that these are MNDNR folks. This will need to be done for each student. We're going to go ahead and say that Jake Jans is a vegetarian. Put his food requirements there each course. So yes, autofilled for Jill Joe. Then Jack Jans. This again sounds redundant, or it is redundant, but we're getting this information in multiple locations so that we have records so we can get a hold of everybody. And again, one more time, you have to click the box. Agreeing to allow us to text you or message you via your phone. Alright, now that we've gotten through all of the releases and collecting student information, we look one more time at our courses. Everything looks good. It's everything we need. The total is $480, and now it comes down to payment information. So Jill is entered as the payer. This is where you'll provide your card type, card number here, expiration date, as well as your security code. Make sure that your information is correct. After that, you go ahead and hit submit payment. And after the payment is received and accepted, you will receive a confirmation email as well as all of the students.